Good morning, afternoon, evening, guys. We're back with another random tier list today, starting a new 5-episode series on the channel talking about the MLB free agents coming up this season, if this season ever happens. Whew. At the time of recording, the strike is still on, and we are not certain that we'll actually see baseball this year. But there are still free agents, and these are their faces. Now, you'll notice that these are not all of the free agents, and that's because that video would be too long. And I'm tired of recording super long videos, so I'm breaking this up into 5 parts. First part today is catchers and designated hitters, as you probably know if you were able to read the title. We're going to go ahead and get started ranking these guys on a scale of MVP all the way down through all-star, above average, mediocre, bad. He still plays, and who? All the way at the bottom. I think those bottom 2 especially really capture my feelings about some of these guys. Now, these players, these free agents, are all from MLB's own website, where they listed players by position. They also listed players that had already signed. So, like, for example, I did not include Yan Gomes on here, who already signed with the Cubs. I did not include, I don't know who else was already signed. Corey Seager, right, already signed. We're not doing shortstops today, but Corey Seager already signed, so he won't be on that list. So I'm only doing the guys that are still free agents. And, yeah, here we go. Starting right here, we have Luke Maylie. Who? Honestly, don't know who this guy is. He does have a .3 WAR. So I'm looking at some of the guys' stats, looking at some of their stuff from last year and whatnot. I don't think there's many catchers this year that are going to win many awards. At least not in this list. I'm sorry to say, if your team needs a catcher. I don't know who this guy is. He actually does have the highest WAR on this list of all the free agents. The only 2 catching free agents with a higher WAR than him was Manny Pena and Yan Gomes, who have both already signed. So I don't know who Luke Maylie is, and that might be a bad thing. So, yeah. But I'm going to put him in who. Let me know in the comments if I'm an idiot and I should know him. Stephen Vogt. I actually knew he still played, so I guess I can't put him. He can't, and he still plays, but he's bad. 37 years old. He hasn't been good in like 5 years. I suppose he does have a positive WAR, which is good, which is something I can't say about anybody else on this list, at least catching wise. But probably bad, right? Maybe mediocre. Nah, probably bad. Probably bad. Grayson Griner. I don't know who that is. Jeff Mathis. I did not know he still plays baseball. Apparently he does. He played 9 games last year, or maybe it was 9 even at bats. Something like that. I checked his reference quickly. Rob Brantley. I don't know who that is. Yohel Pozo. I don't know who that is. He's 25, though, so a younger guy. I don't know who he is, so I'm going to keep him here in who. Let's be honest with ourselves on who we put in the who category and who we don't. But he might even end up being up here, even though he does have a negative WAR at the moment. He is 25. He is young enough that he could develop still. Wilson Ramos. I'm surprised he has such a low WAR. I'm going to put him in mediocre, actually. I think he had a really bad season last year, and I think it brought down a lot of his career stats. He's actually not as good of a defender as I thought he was, but I think his offensive power is great for a catcher. Of course, last season he did not show that, so he'll have to do that this year. He is 34, so he's getting up there in age, so the ship might have sailed on him. But I'm going to go ahead and put him in mediocre. I think he is probably the best catcher that is currently still available. Jose Laboton. Don't know who that is. He's 37, though. Robinson Chirinos. I'm going to butcher some of these names, and I'm sorry if you're watching Mitchell, my buddy Mitchell. Shout out to you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if you see this video. Always gets on me about these names. I didn't know this man was still playing. He's 37. I know Kurt Suzuki is still playing. He's the oldest guy on the catcher list at 38. Oh, I'm sorry. Jeff Mathis was 39. Suzuki, I love him as an Angels fan, somebody who's on the Angels recently. I thought he was a serviceable backup, but going to be bad, right? Should we add that category, though? Should we add a category here? Should we add it above here? So add a row above. Can we name this serviceable backup, right? Can that be what Kurt Suzuki is? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. Let me change around these colors because this is going to bother my OCD. Yes, I did just pause the video just to change colors. Here we go. Let's continue. We have Andrew Knapp. Not very good. He might be a serviceable backup, though. He is 30. Yeah. Chance Cisco, I think, is mediocre. I don't think he is as bad as some of the other people on this list. I don't think he's as good as Wilson Ramos, but I do think he is a serviceable a catcher. I'm not really sure how he did last year, but he is still 27. He still has time to grow. Well, I suppose he should be in his prime now, but 27 is not over the hump for sure. And then we have Austin Romine. I did not know this man still plays baseball, and he's only 33. I had a feeling he was a lot older than that, but he is not. Finally, we have David Garcia, which was difficult for me to find on Baseball Reference, so I hope I grabbed the right one. And it doesn't even list a Fangraphs WAR for him, which means I don't think he played last year. So I'm not sure why he's a free agent. How did he get out of his minor league deal? What happened there? I don't know the history on David Garcia, but I'm listing him here in Who, because I don't know who he is. Next up, we have the designated hitters. And this is an interesting category because with the new rules this year, there will be a DH on each and every team, which I think is fantastic. And if you don't think it's fantastic, then I guess you're entitled to your opinion. I don't know. Let me know. But we're going to start with the Mr. DH himself, Nelson Cruz. Still 41, still playing baseball, still with a 3.9 WAR. I mean, he's an all-star caliber player. It's a good thing I didn't put the word caliber in all of these tier lists, or we'd be fumbling over words as much as Nelson Cruz would fumble over baseballs on the field. Ha, got you there. Yeah, he's a DH. He's right, all-star. Yeah, Mitch Moreland. Is he above average for a DH? Now that there will be 30 DHs, is Mitch Moreland above average? Is he better than Wilson Ramos? I don't think so. I think he's probably mediocre, right? So we can probably put Mitch Moreland here in mediocre. Nelson Cruz, I do think still has all-star potential, but I would not argue with you if you wanted to put him in above average. He's definitely not in the MVP caliber, and I'm sorry if you thought somebody from this video would be there, but they won't be. I'm going to be using these same rankings for the rest of the tier lists, so we'll see, how many guys end up there in MVP. How many that are left in free agency that do, because, for example, Corey Seager probably would be up there, but he's been signed. Continuing on here with Dietrich, who I didn't realize was actually listed as a DH. He used to play second base, third base, and shortstop, and now he is just playing DH, I guess? Interesting. I think he's mediocre. I think that he could be above average. I kind of expected that for him, but he's also 32. I did not realize he was up there in age that much. So I'll put him in mediocre. Pablo Sandoval, I keep thinking Panda retired, but he did not. He is still going somehow, some way. He probably shouldn't be. Jose Martinez, I feel like I know who Jose Martinez is. I feel like I do know that information. But when I was thinking of him, I just kept thinking of Victor Martinez for a long time, who was 6 years older than him. And I don't know, I just couldn't figure it out. And I don't care enough to go look. So I'm putting him in Who. Chris Davis, Crush Davis, had a bad year last year after signing with the Rangers. You want to be able to say above average, right? You want to be able to say that, but you can't. So the best he's going to get is mediocre based on his performance last year. He is now 34. He's getting up there in age, and I do think he's just going to continue to regress. With the addition of the DH on every team, he will definitely, in my opinion, get a starting DH spot somewhere, and I think he will be an average DH there. Maybe a little above average on the power ranking there. But yeah, definitely mediocre overall. Finally, we have Curtis Terry. I don't know who that is. I'm going to end this with a Who. And there we go, guys. These are all of the catchers and designated hitters left in free agency, at least at the time of recording, which admittedly is a couple days before this video will actually be uploaded. So hopefully by the time this uploads, hopefully by the time you guys see this, there's been good news. Let me know from the future in the comment section below what you think. Is the strike over? Do we have baseball back? Is Kurt Suzuki going to have a job? Will Panda ever retire? All those questions and more, I'd like to hear your opinions on down in the comment section below. With all that said, guys, if you like tier lists like this, subscribe to the channel. There'll be another one up tomorrow, next day, somewhere around that time, because tier list is all we do here on this channel. With all that said, thank you for watching. Have yourself a great day.